Welcome Facebook fam, welcome YouTube fam, welcome NFL fam. I'm your boy Big Q, and I'm the Panther fan who got 48 points and 300 yards put up on the bye. Julio Jones. I want to thank you guys for joining us on TeamBoydTV Live. I got my boys joining with me today, and I know what this is going to be about today. I already know, and I'm ready for it. I'm good. What's going on, Glass? You just went through your birthday weekend. You know what? I always forget that you and wifey got the same birthday. So both of y'all went through y'all's birthday stuff. How was everything with the fam and all that?
Oh man, it's everything all good, man. Beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
Celebrated with the fam. Both of my home team Bears won, Broncos won, so it's all good in the hood.
The Bears got them one. I was pleasantly surprised. Among other things that was going on yesterday, they kind of had me ready to kind of go out on the porch and go ahead and put one in the temple. JB, what's going on, man? What's happening with you, cuz?
Hey, what's going on, Big Q? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Glass, congratulations. Happy birthday, by the way. Everything's all good.
Yeah, and look, this was a rough one for some of us, okay? JB, I know your team, you kind of lost your undefeated status, but it's all good. We kind of knew that was going to be a rough one between the Oakland Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Glass, you kind of lost your boy Trevor Siemian, but then Paxton Lynch stepped up, and I don't know, we'll see what's going to happen with that. We'll talk about that in a minute. One of the biggest stories, though, other than, Jacoby Brissett becoming normal and, getting blanked with the Patriots stuff for their first loss, I thought they would make it through without Brady, and Brady would come back and, and everything would be nice, but that didn't happen. Big story, Carolina Panthers go down to the scene of the crime from last year where we lost our undefeated streak at last year. And wow, it was a massacre down in the Georgia Dome, man. It was rough. And I'm gonna start the show off by saying this, okay? JB, for months, even way back when we were doing the divisional breakdowns, going into the regular season, for the last month, you've been begging me and beating me down, trying to tell me, listen, recognize Atlanta, give them their props. I'm gonna do that. So this is what I would say. Listen, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, mainly those two, because I didn't really see too much else going on. But come on, listen, those dudes deserve the number one offense rank. As I kind of dissed them a little bit on Sunday morning on game time. I didn't think they deserved it. Listen, they showed why they have it. Carolina didn't have any answer. Atlanta came out there with a game plan. They knew what they wanted to do. They imposed their will on the Carolina Panthers. Panthers did not have an answer for anything they wanted to do. Atlanta is, look, I ain't gonna say they for real, because we still ain't seen them play against, I want to see them play against somebody who gonna actually put up a fight with them, because my Carolina Panthers did not, okay? The Carolina Panthers, they whimpered into that game, and listen, I don't know if it was more of Atlanta just playing extremely well, or Carolina having a really, really, really rough day. I don't know. It's a combination of both, but I will say Atlanta, y'all got us. Y'all beat us handily. It wasn't like it was last year in the Georgia Dome. This when they wanted to make sure that Carolina Panthers fans remember Atlanta ain't no joke. And I'm going to give them their prize. I'm going to do that. But also later on in the show, I'm going to address my Carolina Panthers because, it was a lot of things that made that game a lot easy for Atlanta to do what they did. Anyway, fellas, that's week 4. Almost wrapped up. We got the Giants and the Vikings tonight, which is going to be pretty interesting. So I want to see how that goes down because the Minnesota Vikings are still undefeated. We're going to see if the Giants can go in there and slow that down a little bit. We'll get into that kind of stuff. Glass, look, I had to get that stuff. I made my confession. Okay, JB, you satisfied with that, or you want more? Is that good?
No, we got to go back to this game. There's more to discuss.
Okay, now you did see my tweets during and after the game. I gave them their props. Okay, Glass, let's start it here. Actually, you know what? Let's start with you, JB. Let's get some takeaways in here, real quick. What other than the obvious, what was the glaring thing that you took away from the weekend, man?
First of all, props to the Oakland Raiders. Okay.
Yeah.
You did what you had to do, and that was a good game. But just as far as like what was surprising to me, the Patriots got shut out.
Yeah.
Arizona is probably counterfeit.
Probably. Right.
Yeah. And it was one more thing on there that I was thinking about all day, but like I said, the Cleveland Browns found new ways to lose.
Of course. There you go. Now, Glass, we was talking just a little bit before we came on air, and I want to make sure that I properly address the audience, okay? Because, I can't leave people out. But remember, we just said this literally 5 minutes ago. We've been doing this show ever since July.
Don't tell me they showed up.
Yes, they showed up. King Jeffrey Joe was in the building. We haven't seen a single Atlanta Falcons fan show up in that chat for months, and they show up today. So I'm gonna look. What up, Joe? What's going on, Joe? Listen, y'all won, okay? I don't look in all caps, hashtags, all this stuff. You see what I'm saying? Celebrate it now, because y'all know, and you're trying to get me on my soapbox. It's week 4. Y'all know what happened to the Atlanta Falcons after week 5. Keep that in mind.
Man,
Keep that in mind.
Hold on.
Keep that in mind.
Hold on. Welcome. Rise up, man.
Yeah.
I've been telling them to give y'all props for all, man.
Look, did I not give him a props? And this is what he typed in the chat. I sat there for 4 minutes and gave him a 4-minute soliloquy about how I thought they were a better team yesterday. They beat the brakes out the Carolina Panthers. Good job. And he goes in the chat and say this. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Glass, I'm going to give you the floor because I want to talk about that game a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about,
Anyway.
Talk about that a little bit. But anyway. We are quarter
away. Yeah.
Week 4.
Yeah.
I'm going ahead and put it out there. Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals are counterfeit right now, 1-3.
Yeah, I can't disagree.
Steelers,
yeah,
them boys right there. I understand they was what they lose last week to the Philadelphia
Eagles. Yeah,
34-3.
Yeah.
34-3. I don't know. You know what? The Chiefs were just the wrong team at the wrong time. They didn't know. They ran into a buzzsaw.
We said that last week, though, right? That's what we said, right?
Come on, man. Big Ben, 5 TD passes. Le'Veon Bell coming back, 144 yards. So I give kudos to them. Cowboys, rookie combo of Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott. Ezekiel ran what? I got it right here.
He had a buck something.
Yeah, he was
138 yards, 1 TD. Prescott looking good. He still hasn't thrown interception in 131 attempts.
Wow.
So we're gonna talk about that later because if they continue doing this, Tony Romo need to be sitting on the bench. In my eyes.
Guess what though? Guess what else was surprising with that game, Glass? They did it without Romo and Des Bryant.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
After being in a 14-point hole.
In San Francisco, so give them credit.
Right. So, I'm going to go with this one because, obviously, everybody thinking about the Carolina-Atlanta game. But I'm going to say this. Look, we went into the season not really paying a lot of attention to L.A. And I've been speaking about L.A. But, man, Case Keenum out there, them boys are doing their thing. Tavon, listen, I say, look, they lead their division right now. And I'm just saying, I think it's time for us to give them, their proper due. I mean, I know we was like Jeff Fisher, this, that, and the third, but come on, man, let's look at LA, and other than that, I would say I'm disappointed heavily. I don't know who I'm more disappointed in, probably Carolina, but San Diego and Phillip Rivers, man, y'all did me wrong. Okay. Listen, I feel cheated and I feel like they owe me something. They do.
But Q, they do this every year.
They do, man. They do.
Credit to Phillip Rivers. He gonna throw to his arm fall off. He gonna try to win the game. He just don't have any backup.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I know they got a lot of injuries. With Allen and
Woodhead came back, didn't he?
What's his name? Who?
Woodhead's
out.
Yeah.
And on defense, Manti Te'o's
gone.
Manti
Te'o's gone. Yeah. So I don't know. I just they had it. And then I could see if it was something different where they let Drew Brees or whatever kind of do his thing. But you can't turn the ball over with not that much time left in the game, knowing good and well how this team operates or whatever. And I was disappointed in that. And granted, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Granted, the situation that happened down in the Georgia Dome. Yeah, first of all, let me get you guys' comments on it. JB, let me come to you first because it looked like I got you and Glass's names switched up again. I do that every once in a while. But anyway, that was a travesty, right? I give you my thoughts on it, but let me hear what you got to say about it, man.
Hey, I personally think they pulled the sheet right out of page 14. They watched that Minnesota game.
Absolutely,
a mess that y'all had, and they upped the ante a little bit. They still gave up a few more points because Atlanta don't play a lot of defense.
Absolutely.
But in a nutshell, it only took 2. Like I said last time, it only took 2 players. Men's a team effort. They proverbially killed the head of the snake. Yeah, they did everything they needed to do. The 2 players that needed to show up showed up, and they got Cam to put the icing on the cake.
They did.
It's kind of like it seemed like planned.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that was in the game plan. Like I said at the top of the show, I believe Atlanta had a game plan. Unlike Carolina, it looked like Carolina was out there not really. Look, Carolina was reacting to what Atlanta was doing. Atlanta knew what they wanted to do. They had a plan. I feel like they pretty much executed it perfectly. I feel like they didn't really miss a step nowhere. I think, as far as their game plan, the only thing they didn't really do is, if you're going to score 48, why don't you stop the other team? You know what I mean? Play some defense.
Let's not minimize 300 yards by one.
Oh, by one guy, right? Absolutely.
And Matt Ryan with 500. I know Julio's 3 helped him tremendously.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt.
I think that probably more than likely what was said is that there is no proven corner out there that could guard a Pro Bowl guy.
Yeah. I think there are corners that can go. I don't think they're on the Carolina Panthers roster. You know what I mean? That's what I believe.
Well, it looked like a man amongst boys.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with that. All right, Glass. When you check that this travesty that was going on out there, what would you take away from this one, man?
Honestly, man, I think Cam Newton shell shocked. I think people laid hands on him too many times, and he's messed up, man. Like I said, starting from last year in the Super Bowl, my Denver Broncos laid hands on.
Yeah.
First game of the season, my Denver Broncos laid hands on.
Mm-hmm. Minnesota
came up into Bank of America, laid hands on.
Mm-hmm.
There's only I understand he's a big guy, 6'6", 240, whatever. There's only so many hits you could take.
Oh, it was proof of that. It was proof of that on 2-point conversion.
Cam need to stop playing around and getting to that end zone. He gonna sit there and trot up in there, and then know my man was gonna come on that side.
I don't even know if he was trotting. I think he was really going for it, but if we saw my man coming, I think he froze for a minute and he paid for it.
Going for it. He was taking his little time till he looked up and see my man coming at. Then at the last minute, he tried to hurry up and get up in there.
He paid for that, and that's why I was like, okay, it is what it is.
You can't be doing that, especially when you're in somebody else's house.
Absolutely.
They ain't gonna let you do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
They're getting tired of you dancing in there, opening up your shirt. They gonna make sure you gonna pay for it.
Absolutely. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with none of that. In fact, I think all of that is absolutely true. But this is what I will say. Deion Jones gave him spaghetti. Like, hey, listen, bro, I guarantee you won't. But he did. But you won't see these dudes no more this year. I guarantee it. Anyway, here you go. This is what I would say. First and foremost, Atlanta did play well. I've never seen them actually play. That's the best I've ever seen them play in my life. Actually, I've never seen them play no better than that ever. Right? And come on, man. Julio Jones is a grown man. And ain't no Worley, no Brad Pitt.
I understand, but he did that all game. 300 yards.
Oh, yeah. This is what we were saying off air, right? This is what we were saying off air. When you got Matt Ryan not even worried about throwing the ball that deep that many times, that means he don't care about what you got going on defense, because apparently you ain't got nothing going on defense. And as much as Carolina Panther fans would say, oh, Atlanta and New Orleans, they defense suck or whatever. What was the defense from Carolina? Right? And then the argument that a lot of Panther fans got right now that I completely disagree with is the Josh Norman thing. We talked about that earlier. They said, if Norman was out there, Julio wouldn't have did that. Whatever. Carolina Panthers didn't have no pass rush, right? Cam don't know what's going on. He can't even do the read option correctly. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening here? Like, nothing was going well. Carolina Panthers showed up and pretty much laid an egg in there. Like, this was the worst performance I've ever seen them play. And not to diminish Atlanta's performance, because they took full advantage of that. But let's be real. Carolina need to get themselves together. They got to find themselves. When everybody was talking about Cam and the team dancing and dabbing and all this stuff last year, listen, if that's who y'all are, that's who y'all need to be. Because this Carolina Panthers that we see this year, this team gonna get beat like that on the regular if they can't find themselves. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Right? So there you go. So let's take a look at the standings here. Let's see what we got going on.
Hey, rise up out there. Rise up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, listen. So we talked about Jacoby Brissett, and JB, you said this a couple weeks ago. You said that it was gonna be the black guy who laid the egg, right? Rex Ryan and the Buffalo Bills are celebrating like they just won the Super Bowl. But really they were playing against third string quarterback. And of course, it was a game time decision. They decided to go with Brissett instead of Garoppolo, which I thought was a mistake. I thought they were just trying to get rid of this, get this game over with so they can get Tom Brady back on the field. Glass, when you think about the AFC East, the Patriots got the 1-game lead over the Buffalo Bills. Miami and New York, I guess you can kind of forget about them. So look, I don't know. I think that's pretty much what we had it. We had the Jets a little higher than we had the Bills. Would you change anything so far through 4 weeks?
Between the AFC East?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Even though they lost last night to the Bills, you got to give Patriots credit.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we had them going 2-2 I didn't expect 3-1. You know what I'm saying? With all the mixed matches they did in quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, now we know Belichick is human. But the Bills did what they had to do. You know, the run game was real nice. McCoy did what he had to do. I mean, I give them credit going into Gillette Stadium to pull out the win because I sure didn't see that.
Right.
And I guess they just gave Rex Ryan life of keeping that job as a head coach.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's funny. We talk about Rex Ryan. We talked about him, how we thought maybe he wouldn't make it to the end of the season. But, you know, it's weird stuff that's happening. Just like, you know, we were talking about the Jeff Fisher and the LA Rams. You know, these dudes, stuff happening and they hold on. JB, we go out here to the NFC North, and the Vikings right now holding on to they're undefeated right now. They playing against the Giants tonight, and then they got one game over the Green Bay Packers. I thought the Detroit Lions would probably, you know, I got a hype over them. They won that one game or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, like they still 1-3. Anything surprising about the way this division is shaking out to you? I know we kind of figured Minnesota was going to kind of, I wouldn't say they would be undefeated through 4, but they undefeated right now. What you think about this?
That's per usual.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that was really shocking is that, you know, Minnesota still is proven to be a menace to Green Bay.
Yeah.
They won the first head-to-head match, but that's about all, man. It's usual.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that either. I think, I ain't gonna say it's a shoe in. Green Bay might do something later. When the weather turn a little cold, it may get a little bit better. It may get a little bit tighter. All right, Glass, you know, one of your favorite divisions, unless you was
Wait. Let me go back to the AFC East real quick, man. Let's talk about the elephant in the room called Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah.
Now we see why the Jets didn't want to pay this man $12 million.
Yeah.
This man threw another 3 picks.
8 on the season.
Revis, they build resorts on his island now, man. This man can't hold anybody. So, you know, like we said, I think we had the Jets win it. Well, now you can say win it.
Not winning. We had him. I think we had him coming in second or third. We had him kind of putting up a fight in the division, but
he threw one in the ground trying. He tried to give one to Sherman. Sherman ended up getting him 2 more times.
Yeah,
he making Sherman look like the top CB in the league right now, man.
Right. I'm just saying.
I mean, he was trying. It seemed like he was trying to give Sherman interceptions, man. He missed them on one. He was trying so hard.
You know, I like Brandon Marshall always shining up his quarterbacks though, right? Even though he know what's really going on, because you know he was always shining up on Jay Cutler, and now he's like, no, Fitz is our dude, whatever. I don't know about that, man. And Brandon Marshall too good of a player to get stuck with these quarterbacks, man. He is too good of a player.
I also want to say it don't matter who was quarterbacking in that Patriots Bills game.
Right.
They had no answers, man.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You know, so if it could have been Brady, Grump, I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, Glass, AFC South, man. Like, listen, it's just a rough one. Like, Jacksonville had to go overseas to get a win, man. They had to go to London to finally win a game. And you know, that game had me confused because I didn't really think the score was going to be number one that high. It was like, what was it, like almost 70 points scored in that game, something like that.
30-27.
I didn't think it was going to be like that, right? And then of course I didn't really think that Jacksonville was going to come out on top. But this division, man, look, Houston is on top. The JJ Watt is done for the season, right? You still got Osweiler out there doing this thing. I would have thought that Tennessee would have been posing a bigger threat than they're doing right now. I really thought that's what's going to be the case.
You and JB thought that. I seen what I see. Like I said, as long as they got Malarkey, they ain't gonna go anywhere. Back to the game, Texans and Jaguars and Colts. Yeah, I'm still giving up on the Jaguars because they young and dumb. Because if y'all seen that game, when Jalen Ramsey made a rookie mistake, he got burnt. That almost cost them the game because they only won by 3 points. Yeah. On the Colts, you know what? When you pay a quarterback too much money, you don't have enough money to fill all the kind of things, and that offensive line sucks. It gets to the point where you 4th and 1 to extend the game. You don't even have Frank Gore in the game, and you passing. That just goes to show that your team don't have faith in the offensive line. So until the Colts spend some money on offensive line, expect what you're expecting right now with Andrew Luck. And I'm not saying that Andrew Luck is an elite quarterback, but he's a very good quarterback.
But you at the same time, though, like, and JB, this is the part I don't get, right? You got Brock Osweiler at quarterback at Houston, and look, they lead the division. I mean, they got, how many games they got? They got 2 games over everybody else. 2, right? You know what I mean? And this ain't like, we talking about, J.J. Watt and the defense dominating the games or whatever. We talking about the quarterback making crazy mistakes. And they had a lot of turnovers up to this point. They still, some kind of way, are leading this division by 2 games. Now, is that a detriment to saying that, the Texans are just that good and they that deep and they don't really need to rely on J.J. Watt and stuff like that? And I think, no, that's in Buffalo. That's the other Buffalo guy who's a wide receiver, got the foot injury. Or is the rest of the team just that bad? I mean, what's going on?
Okay, I'll answer that question. Name another offensive star on that team.
Exactly.
On Houston?
Yeah.
Hopkins?
Okay, give me 3.
I can't give you 3. I can't give you 3.
So, you answered the question for yourself. Everybody else just suck. And they're going to be probably the defaulted winner just like last season.
Right.
It'll be an exhibition playoff game for the Patriots or somebody, and it's look just like it's supposed to look, 50-0 maybe.
Look at the quarterback. Okay, we got Osweiler.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you going up against? He going up against Bortles, who throws too many interceptions.
Yeah,
Mariota, who's look like he's scared of me. I don't know about y'all. He don't look like he's ready to take on the role.
In luck, right? Well, luck. See, that's what I'm saying. You got luck though, and luck, and it's a healthy luck. Luck should be performing a little bit better, in my opinion. But at the same time, Mariota's team is, and this is my opinion, I think that's the best looking team in that division. But they ain't won but 1 game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think the Titans, because my personal opinion, I think they do too much of shooting themselves in the foot. They before they lost, how they lost the game, they get the interception probably to go on a drive to get it. They needed anything to win.
Yeah,
shoot some clock, get in field goal range, or perhaps a go ahead score. They ended up having to punt, and the guy ran it back, and that's pretty much the game.
If we roll it over to the NFC West, now this one is really surprising to me. Going into the league, the number 2 team in the NFC was the Arizona Cardinals. They are 3rd in division, behind the Seahawks and the Rams, who, now I know in the divisional breakdowns, the Rams shouldn't be where they at right now. Like, especially after week 1 and we saw the open, and was like, the Rams are who we thought they were, right? But man, Glass, look at the division right now. You know what I mean? They going step for step with Seattle, even though Seattle ain't, Russell Wilson going through what he's going through and all that, and they not as powerful as they could be. But LA is doing a thing. You know what I'm saying? They staying in the fight, and I think that's the most important part, is that they are in the fight. They're not at the bottom of the heap and stuff like that.
Right. Hey, man, the Rams, you know what? They always play well against divisional opponents. So they lining them up and knocking them down. The 2, they played Cardinals and they played Seahawks.
Yeah. Cardinals, Seahawks.
So they do it. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Like I said, still early in the season.
I think they played all divisional games, right? They played against 49ers in week 1, didn't they? And got a 0 put up on them.
Yeah, the 49ers blanked them.
Yeah. All 3 of them?
Yeah, they don't play all division games. All division games, yeah.
All right, so like I said, they do well, and like I said, Jeff Fisher, he gonna find a way to win the games he need to win in order to keep his job.
Right.
They got a hell of a defense. Let's not knock that. And we just didn't expect the quarterback to play like he's playing.
Now, defense is good. Their defense don't surprise me. It's just, with Case Keenum actually coming out there doing, the Jared Goff conversation is over. It's been over for like 2 or 3 weeks now, right? Yeah, I don't think we're going to talk about that no more. But at the same time, I just find it very surprising that they were able to go through what they went through during the summer, make that move and all that kind of stuff, and and be able to come out and play as well as they did, and now leading the division. Now I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold on to that, JB. I'm just saying, eventually.
I'm not ready to give them anything.
Right. So there you go. And then we go to JB's division, the AFC North. Ravens came out of the gate, doing like holding it down. Like, of course, everybody else chasing them. Still has missed a step. They got shut down pretty bad by the Philadelphia Eagles, but they luckily, Baltimore got tangled up with the Oakland Raiders yesterday, and Steelers got back into the thick of things. Now, without going into a whole lot of detail, we know Cleveland. Look, I think we're gonna probably go 7 to 8 weeks before we see Cleveland, win the game. That's just what I believe. Cincinnati, on the other hand, JB, is a little bit disappointing in my opinion at this particular juncture. 2-2 at going into week 5, and I know this is your division, and I mean, I just saying, I would have thought it would have been a little bit. I thought maybe Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati would probably been kind of in stride with one another, but I mean, Cincinnati's only down 1 game, but I'm a little disappointed in Cincinnati. Where you at?
Well, I mean, they lost to a bitter rival.
Yeah.
You know, it came down to them two. They had last season, and they had a chance to kind of right that or correct that or to say there was a fluke game, because we all know how that game ended in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And Pittsburgh kind of handed it to them. And then they lost another one right after that. So it looked like the window could be closing, besides a couple of bright spots. But, you know, if you take that away, then they kind of pretty much average.
Right. And, you know, Glass, you know, y'all talked about this during the offseason, man, but, you know, Marvin Lewis's name keep coming up. I don't like that situation, but, you know, it's coming up. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like Cincinnati, but I mean, look, the division, especially when you got, last year was different because the Baltimore Ravens were pretty much, you know, so hurt that they didn't really, you know, people weren't really thinking about them. And the division was kind of wide open, right? So you can make some mistakes here and there. You know, Steelers dropped some games last season that they shouldn't have dropped. Cincinnati dropped some. But now, you know, in that division right there, I don't think you can really make no mistakes, man. I mean, even though Cleveland ain't even counted in this conversation, it's still you can't make no mistakes, man. That one is
not at all. I still think the AFC North is the toughest division out there.
Absolutely.
Like I said, barred the injuries that Baltimore had last year, but still, I know the Bengals are 2-2, but it's still
it's only one game out.
Valid team in that division.
Yeah.
It's gonna be you know, like I said, it's week 4. It's still gonna be a toss up. We don't know how it's gonna end especially when they play against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gonna have to lose and somebody gonna have to drop, you know.
Yeah.
And if y'all go ahead, Glass.
No, go ahead.
Oh, if y'all remember, you know, the Ravens didn't have nothing to play for, but we swept Pittsburgh last year.
There you go.
And then we almost got swept by the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
I mean, you have to play these games. They all mean something. I mean, in this division especially, if you slip, you lose position.
Yeah.
You know, some type of if you're looking for the division crown and you think the Cleveland Browns don't show up and you actually need that game to take the lead.
Right.
You could definitely lose that.
You could lose it. You can, and you know, not for nothing. And you know, we can't like you know, understate this. I mean, as bad as the Cleveland Browns are, you know, I had all this you know, hope for Hugh and all this, but I'm gonna tell you this. Terrell Pryor is a surprise to me. Mm-hmm. He is a surprise to me. I'm surprised that, you know, it took this long for him to actually really come into it, you know, to itself. I mean, I know he wanted to be a quarterback in this, that, and the third, but man, he is the offense in Cleveland. He's the offense. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad. Look,
I just fear that because this guy don't understand losing.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, but you know what?
Time.
You know what's the problem with the Browns? Now I'm just thinking about this since we was talking about these different teams.
Mm-hmm.
Browns front office, they need to clean shop.
They do.
Yeah.
Let's think about last year. They gave up the pick to the Philadelphia Eagles, and look at what Carson Wentz doing.
Right.
Look at what RG3's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back. I just remember. You remember the Atlanta Falcons gave up a first round pick and 2 second rounds. I don't know what year it was. For who? Julio Jones.
Yeah, for Julio Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
If I ain't mistaken, I don't think none of the guys they picked with them picks are still in the league.
No.
Look what Julio Jones doing, man.
Right. You don't look.
That's crazy.
Somebody don't know what they're doing. Oh man, Panther fan, look.
If history repeat itself, which it has in Cleveland, you will never see Josh Gordon back in that uniform.
Nope, you won't.
They cannot, for whatever reason, whether it's off the field, the player got problems, or they like wicked trades, they can't retain good talent.
They can't. And, you know, and for Josh Gordon, I just feel like with a coach like Hugh, I mean, you know, of course, you know, Roger Goodell had to bend the rules to get Josh Gordon back in there, but I don't think Hugh Jackson was really feeling that. You know, he's like, you got one chance. Now, we was getting ready to get you back, which would have kind of strengthened us a little bit. And you see that we 0-3 or whatever the case may be, and you want to check yourself into the rehab 3 days before the game? Bye. You know what I'm saying? Bye. Go on about your business. You know what I'm saying?
It's on the clock.
Absolutely. Panthers fan in the comment sections, like, I was so upset I started doing drugs. That's sad because it's just a football game. And I know it's rough and it hurts, right? He says it's like a bad drink. Look, man, you can't win them all. Look, I think y'all Panther fans got spoiled from last season, man. I mean, you know, look, y'all act like we've been doing that for years. That was one fantastic, awesome, amazing season. and y'all got spoiled. I'm just saying.
Hey, you can't spend a silver dollar in no stores, bro.
Why you say
it
that?
ain't real. It ain't real.
Right. You know
it's not real money. It's counterfeit.
Absolutely. Now, okay, since we brought it up, let's look at the NFC South. Look, the Falcons, they leading by 2 games, right? And and this is sad because they got such a high-powered offense, and I don't know what the rest of their schedule look like. But man, if they keep on playing teams that don't want to play defense with them, I mean, I can't really see them slowing down much. You know what I mean? Like, and I hate to say this as a Panther fan, because I like the fact that we don't won the division 3 years in a row. And despite what you may think, Lance, about the division being bad and who cares, it was an accomplishment, right? It's in jeopardy right now. And I thought it would be Tampa that would be posing the threat, but it's Atlanta. Surprising, you know what I mean? Surprising is Atlanta, But again, I will say this: we saw Atlanta do this first 5 weeks last season. Right, I'm just saying. Right. So I'm holding all of that until we see some consistency out of this team. Look, they torched Carolina. They put up a lot of points up they played against the Saints, right? Who else? They've been putting up the offense. We still ain't seen them being tested on defense yet. Glass NFC South right now. You're saying the Falcons up by 2. Everybody else tied at 1 and 3. Look, I know this ain't gonna stay that way. Carolina gonna have something to say. I don't know what that is they're gonna say, but they're gonna have something to say.
If Carolina got something to say, they got to win next week.
Absolutely,
definitely. I don't care what anybody say. Saints gonna be with the Saints. They don't have any defense. They're gonna rely on Breeze, like we said in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks, I am shocked, but like I said, it's still early. They're gonna give. Like I said, I think the Falcons gonna falter by week 8.
Yeah.
We're gonna see how it really is gonna be in the NFC South, but it's gonna be a 3-way run if the Panthers win next week. I don't know who you guys have next week, but
we got Tampa on Monday night. Monday night.
Possibly without Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. You're right. You're absolutely right. And honestly, and I'm gonna say this through week 4, I think I ain't look at the standings, but I think that Tampa got the best defense in this division right now. I think Tampa got the best defense in this division. I think they do. Because Carolina ain't done nothing. Carolina ain't done that. We know Falcons ain't even had a chance to really play that much defense. And the Saints they've been getting a lot of points scored on them. A lot. You know what I'm saying? And they've been able to match it and all that kind of stuff. But, it is what it is. JB, you see this division changing any or no?
No. Don't be fooled by the little blips on the radar, man.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. For the past 5 years, you look at the 5 Super Bowl winners in 5 years, defense always win the championship.
Yeah, they do.
You ain't going nowhere playing point ball or arena football, because when they take what you do well away, you end up looking real less than average.
Yeah.
It's great to see the competitiveness and
finally, right? Yes,
but you ain't gonna be able to outscore everybody.
That's right. That's right.
As much, I'll say this too. Even though I'm glad Atlanta beat y'all to show that last year wasn't a fluke, and y'all wasn't resting players and all this and that.
Wow.
It was real. What happened to you?
It was real. It was real.
Even though they was impressive with the numbers and how they was doing it and the fashion, it was a moment in that game where they could have lost.
They could.
The was on their way back in it.
They could. They was getting ready. Look, they couldn't even play defense against the backup quarterback. Right.
As handedly as they was beating y'all, it was still a game.
It was still a game. It was actually a game all the way to pretty much to the end. You know what I'm saying? To that pick six.
So you tell me about if defense matter or not.
That's right. And I personally believe the Carolina defense will get it together. I'm worried about the offense. For what Kevin Benjamin coming back I said this during the offseason. I was like, Kevin Benjamin gonna mess the mojo up. You know what I'm saying? But he's been doing this thing. He has been scoring out only touchdowns. I mean, him and Greg Olsen. So that is what it is. Last division we got to look at, man, is your division, Glass. Look, your boys running away with it. They only up by a game. The Raiders are only 1 game out. Wow, at least a lot of teams ain't got the same record in this division. Everybody's record is different, right? But right now, man, I'm gonna tell you, and me and Vernie got into this on Game Time yesterday morning. She was saying, I was discounting and downplaying Peyton Manning and this and that and that. But I'm gonna say this again. I believe with Trevor Siemian and now maybe even Paxton Lynch, I need to see a little bit more out of him, though, right? But I've seen enough out of Siemian to really put stock in him. I think the Denver Broncos are better than the Super Bowl team they played with last year. She disagreed with that, and she'll argue with me about it. But just looking at it on paper, I know they lost some pieces on defense, and they brought in the young quarterback and all this kind of stuff. This team look like it's going to be hard for anybody to stop them right now. Before I get your thoughts on the Glass, let me go to JB. When you look at the Denver Broncos right now and how they playing and how they getting it done, JB, they got a lock on the division pretty much right now. They're running away with it. But we got to look at the road ahead. What you got thinking about the Denver Broncos?
Well, I don't think it's more. I mean, granted, they got some exceptional players over there, but I think it's the scheme. You have to give that coordinator some credit, man, on how they do things or what how they do things in Denver. So I mean, Simeon came in and he was a little bit better than the game manager. So they didn't miss a stride, they didn't miss a beat. And plus, I mean, that team, those guys that's been there on defense, they telling the people that got plugged in, these are the type of games this is our type of game. If it come down the last 2 minutes and we need to play on defense, we usually come up with that, so the confidence is there, no matter who it is.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna say this.
What make them.
I'm gonna say this, guys, since we still got Joe in the comment section, still on his high. But I think he'll get his feelings hurt because I think if it is it next week, I think the Falcons got to face a real defense. My team. Look, obviously my team ain't the team they used to be, but the Denver Broncos are still real, right? Their defense is still what it is. We're gonna see what the Falcons can do against a defense like that, right? So and to me, this will be the downward spiral of the Atlanta Falcons when they get their little bubble burst, because they was all on the high last year. They beat Carolina in the Georgia Dome and thought it was over, and it literally was over for them because they were done after that. But here we go. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see.
I tell you what, they win that one. We
had to change we had to change the narrative on that one, but I just can't see that happen, man. I can't see that happening, dude. I just can't. You know what I mean? Like, look, 48 points.
Who's in the comment section?
Joe Rock.
Tell Joe, get ready, because the ass whipping is about to commence next week.
I'm gonna be the biggest Denver Broncos cheerleader ever.
Ass whipping will commence.
I will be cheering for Denver so hard in that game.
Hey, if they go there, I know they got one player that can't probably think about not traveling.
He's playing. They confirmed it today.
Okay, if they go up in there and do what they do best in that game and win that game, okay, man, Q, you have to really do it this time.
I would. I just can't. Look, I'm just thinking about this, right? Listen, Carolina, they had no pass rush. They had rookie cornerbacks out there, right? We're talking about the team that just won the freaking Super Bowl without a quarterback, right? They won it all on defense. You know what I'm saying? That matchup it just seemed like somebody gonna get their feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like to me.
I already got my winners, losers, and locks right here.
Hey, I might pick Atlanta on the pick'em.
I've been saying.
Maybe go ahead and do that.
Hey, listen up though. Hey, they the number one scoring offense in the league.
They are. And they're going up against.
And we got the number one defense. I keep saying, bro.
But these guys are red hot right now.
They are. Okay. They are. But they get ready to a brick wall.
Get snuffed out.
I tell you how I feel probably by Wednesday, man.
I'm just saying, for me, I know I kind of wish it was my guys that could have put that smacking on them like that. But you know what? We're gonna let Denver be our surrogate for right now, since our guys obviously they forgot how to play defense, right?
We got you, Big Q.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? And I know, JB, look, you might as well start trade your purple in for red, because I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, man. You can't discredit. Look, man. As much as I despise my divisional foes, man. I mean, sometimes you just gotta give them some credit, man. You know how hard it was.
Did I not give them their credit?
It took you like all these fluky things, all these hypotheticals, all these
scenarios. It took a thorough.
You just still tried to say it was rookie cornerbacks, etc. No,
was it not? Was my comment invalid?
Maybe they was blocking you good.
Was my comment invalid? What was the pass rush?
You couldn't get to him.
Did you see Worley get torched by? Look, not only Worley, Ben Wickery got. Look, Julio Jones had so many victims out there that he should have been arrested for mass murder. You know what I'm saying?
They schemed y'all, man. You couldn't get that. The only strength of y'all's defense, as they speaking about it currently, is the front. And if they neutralize Kuechly and Davis in that front, everybody on the back end is just.
But now we're talking about Ware and and Miller, who I don't really like him.
Hey, you undervalue Roman Harper, and who the hell would say something like that?
I know. I agree with that point exactly. But I'll tell you, Akeem Talib ain't no Bradbury. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. I mean, the separation between number 11 and number 25 on a lot of them plays had to be about 9 yards. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You take a look at it. it's a lot of difference, man. The drop off the Carolina showed up with yesterday, it was unimaginable.
Check it out though. You got to see them guys again.
Oh no, and this time hopefully we'll be ready. Hopefully it won't be like a 2-week thing. I didn't look at the schedule. I hopefully get some time to really get our defense back together.
Sweep, you're gonna see Joe back in the comment section.
I know, right? Yeah, because they hide all for the rest of the year. They've been hiding. You know, it's so big. I ain't even gonna go there. But the Bucks are coached by Mike Smith and Derek Cutter, former Falcons coach. They are doomed. I don't know. Okay, all right. But I mean, the Bucks though. Okay, it is what it is. Anyway, we get ready to go to break. And we come back from break though. We got a monster game tonight. We find these Monday night games so far ain't really been all that exciting, right? But this one right here got some stock though, right? We got Minnesota's undefeated streak going up against. I think the Giants are on the uptick here. I think they actually, saying that, hey, listen, okay, you say that. Right? I know the Eagles is the strong team in that division, and you got the Cowboys making some noise. Look, the Giants like that, though. They like being, flying on the radar. They like the people let's pay attention to Dallas, and let's y'all be all on Carson Wentz bandwagon. The next thing you know is week 13, and the Giants done surprised you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Go to break, bro.
We're going to break. We're going to break. We'll be right back. For real. Why? Y'all don't like that? Y'all think the Giants? Okay, we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll be right back, y'all. Do you love TeamBoydTV? We know you do. Here's how you can show your support. Check out our Patreon where you can donate for different participation levels in the show, including the critically acclaimed winners, losers, and locks. Join our Facebook family to be a part of our Facebook exclusive shows like the Black and Blue Podcast. And lastly, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can use the fan fund in there as well. All donations are humbly accepted and used for further progress of our programming. So I ask you again, do you love TeamBoydTV?
What up, sports fan? JB here from TeamBoydTV Live. Please join us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get the latest news and current events of the NFL. Hosted by Big Q, myself, and my main man Glass. TeamBoydTV Live, the dopest live NFL show on these YouTubes. Showing out.
All right, listen, I want to go ahead and I just want to address this one thing that Joe said, which I 100% agree with. But history is history, right? I feel exactly what he's saying. He's saying, I hate how people judging our season based off last year. Okay, we get it. Last year we messed up a good start. Ryan is playing on a whole new level. Can we move on? I 100% agree with that. But listen, until we see something different, that's what we got to go with, because right now, a lot of Panther fans, that's the reason why we salty, is because we expected to see what we saw last year, and we ain't seeing none of that. So I feel where you're coming from, even though it's like on the other side of that. But you're right. I mean, we need to pay attention to what's going on right now. Atlanta is the hot team right now. Atlanta, Philly, Denver, Baltimore. These are the hot teams, right? In Minnesota, we got to recognize that and not really be dwelling so much on last season. So I will give you a props for saying that, and I definitely appreciate it.
This is a what have you done for me league.
It is.
And we are right at the cusp of the time that the bottom fell out for them last season.
Yeah,
so
right.
If they can keep it up, improve some things past week 5.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. So I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with that. So look, I had to go. When I saw that comment, I had to address it anyway. All right, so listen, we got the Minnesota Vikings. They're undefeated, leading the division. They doing their thing. What is game? This game is played in Minnesota tonight, right? It is. And so we got them playing against the Giants, man, who I think pose a tremendous threat to them. Now look, JB, I know you thinking like, oh my God, but check this out though. All that money that New York spent on that defense, they haven't really been super disappointing in my opinion. I think they've been doing the job. I think they've been doing their job. And I think they'll have enough to slow the game down. I'm just a little bit worried about them and how they're going to handle the Minnesota defense. But when you look at the game on the surface, JB, I'm saying Giants on the road going up against an undefeated team. They at their crib. It's going to be rocking. Skull Vikings, all that good stuff. What you thinking?
I like Minnesota defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm worried about Trey Waynes on the outside against Odell.
Yeah.
That could probably get a little ugly. I mean, he definitely got a leg up on Newman.
Yeah.
I mean, he done seen that guy a couple of times in his short career. But I don't know, man. I think overall, if they can't block the front, it's gonna be a long night for Eli Manning.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be. I think it's good to see a game where, you know, now I ain't like saying like it's kind of cool sometimes to watch, you know, a high flying offense do their thing, but when you're on the receiving end of that, it ain't fun, right? So I want to see a nice defensive struggle. I want to see, you know, these two defenses go at it. Hopefully we don't see 100 points being scored in this game, and that kind of thing. I'm hoping for a nice, slow, you know, defensive struggle. You know, let's keep the score under 40. Glass, where you at right now?
You know what? As we know, New York Giants spent a lot of money for that defense, and they got a strong defense. Don't get me wrong. But we don't know Eli's gonna be Eli. We don't know what Eli's gonna show up. We're gonna have the Eli that's gonna be accurate doing what he's supposed to be doing. You get the Eli to just do nothing but throw interceptions
right. Absolutely.
And accuracy all out of whack. Sam Bradford, as much as I bash on Sam Bradford, it's because he get injured a lot. But if he's playing in the game, he does have accuracy.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? He got Stephon Diggs.
He does.
Like I say, if them two connect, it's gonna be problems for the New York Giants. Like I said, New York Giants, they playing on the road. They going to Minnesota, and you know Minnesota gonna be hyped.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think the Minnesota Vikings are going to win this one by at least 10 points.
Yeah, I also think it'll be a tight end-friendly game just because
absolutely.
they expecting, you know, it's going to be a lot of Will Time, a lot of Larry Donnell, a lot of Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, I believe that's
you know about some Kyle Rudolph,
yeah,
right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But look, I was hoping that, you know, we would see, you know, a little bit more, you know, effective running out of New York because, you know, especially since well, I ain't gonna say that. Asiata is a decent runner. He ain't no Adrian Peterson, but he's still like a 3.5 yard per carry type of running back. So, and he's a big tough dude. But I'm hoping that they can get the running game popping in. Because if they get the running game popping in New York, then that opens up that aerial attack. And I'm just saying, then things get fun. But you know, they gotta establish a run first, and hopefully they can do that. I mean, you know, throwing to the tight end, dumping down. I mean, that might work too. But I don't know. I'm hoping that I can see a lot of rushing the ball from New York,
or it could be another Shepherd game because I mean you gonna take the teams know you got to take Odell Cruz away.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
You're gonna make that attempt early on. So what's left? Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
Will Time, Larry Donnell. If Eli is the right Eli.
Right. Right. You know what I mean. So, man, I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna watch this. This one, I definitely got some interesting. Like I said, especially last week, I couldn't watch it, man. I don't think I watched a single snap of that game. I don't think so. But I'll be ready to watch this one right here. So, with this awful week being finally over, and hopefully we can get a fresh start come Thursday, man, this week was a rough one for Carolina Panthers fans. And listen, I feel y'all, man, but I'm just saying a lot of y'all on some other stuff, and this whole Josh, y'all need to drop it, let it go. You got whooped. Take it on the chin. Y'all didn't say that about Denver when Denver beat you down in the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying, like, let it go. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna get into our favorite part of the show, winners, losers, and locks, and then we'll see where we at from there. So let's go ahead and get that going real quick. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the first one here. Let's see here. So I know this is a little bit of a reach, JB. This is a little bit of a reach. You know what I'm saying? But listen, after suffering the brutal beat down from Atlanta last week or yesterday, I think, you know, and then we got a long week. We don't have to play again till Monday. I think, and Ron Rivera was heated. You know, Ron Rivera is just, you know, he was not ready to accept what happened, and I wasn't either. I'm just saying. But, you know, I say, and I know this is a tough one, but I think we're playing at home. So which would be good. I think you know, I think we're playing at home. I think Tampa comes to visit us, and got a Monday night game in Bank of America Stadium in prime time. You know what? I think Carolina get back on. I ain't gonna say they're gonna play like they played last year, but I think we start to see some improvements. You know, and again, we got a little quarterback situation. It's hard for me to imagine that Campbell want to sit for this one, but Ron did get in trouble earlier for the concussion protocol, so we'll see how they play out. But I got my Carolina Panthers getting back on the right track and go ahead and throw in another dub. And the thing I do, man, I'm saying we cannot suffer another loss. I can't deal with that. You know, so I can't deal with that.
Or Mike Evans have a 250-yard game.
Yeah, let's not even go there. You know,
Jameis Winston ain't no punk now.
He's not. Well, Jameis Winston been throwing a lot of interceptions, which, you know what, he's no Matt Ryan. He ain't as good as Matt Ryan behind center. So hopefully he can help us out and get our defensive stats back up.
You saying Tampa Bay got a pretty nice defense?
They got nice defense. They do.
Just saying.
I do. But they quarterback like to throw the ball to the other team. So
that's your winners.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's your winners.
I got Carolina getting off the snide, man. You know, we done lost 2 in a row. Come on, bro.
Okay.
Let's get right. You know what I'm saying? All right, JB, who you got as a winner today this week?
Oh, let's see here. I think my team We got to go to Landover to Washington. No, they come to us, and we're gonna cook them up pretty good.
Yeah,
so that's is the winner.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good too. I like that. Watching them, and they've been showing some grit, but
they pretty aggravating.
Yeah.
They won't go away. They are another one of them teams that don't like to go away.
Right. They've been showing some grit. They been playing with a little bit of heart. I give them their props on that one. You know what I mean? All right, Glass, what you got for me?
All right, man. We have 3 teams that's still undefeated in the Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings, and my beloved Denver Broncos. My winners are them 3 still gonna be undefeated because Philadelphia has who Philadelphia had? They have I just had it on here. Oh, Detroit. We got Atlanta. Sorry, Joe. We about to run over y'all. And Minnesota gonna win tonight against the Giants, and next week they have the Houston Texans. They will still be undefeated, bro.
Look, I don't think Minnesota makes it to week 5 undefeated. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Make sure you're on Twitter tonight so I can let you know.
I'm always there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think Minnesota makes it. And that's the motivation for New York, right? So there you go. That's the motivation that they need. But as far as Philly goes, who Philly got? Because they had a bye week early, right? So they didn't really. Oh, they got Detroit. So yeah, okay. And Denver better. Denver, I got my money on Denver this week. You know what I'm saying? Derek Carter, Mike Smith, Joe Hawley, Brent Grimes, Jacquizz Rodgers, all former Falcons on the Bucs. Trash. All right, they're gonna show Denver an actual offense. Hey, listen, that's a shot. I mean, that's a shot.
Okay.
It's a shot. Hey, but Joe, remember, y'all ain't played no real defense yet. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, look, we thought Carolina would have gave y'all a defensive struggle, but we know how that turned out. So look, y'all ain't played no defense yet. Y'all ain't playing no defense, so we're gonna see how that play out. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, I think we on losers now, right?
Yep.
All right, Glass. Other than obvious, who you got losing this week, man?
Tell Joe, send me my Twitter handle is Get With It Sports. I want to know your Twitter handle because I'm gonna give you this business this weekend because my losers definitely gonna be the Atlanta Falcons coming up to the Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, I like it.
They're gonna come up out of the win. And my next one is Arizona Cardinals. Something tells me the San Francisco 49ers gonna give them that business.
Ooh.
Thursday night in Levi Stadium.
Ooh. Oh man,
And the Cleveland Browns will still be
winless. Wow, I'm telling you, by week 7, week 8, maybe when they get into a divisional contest, we might see them actually, try to hang on for the win or whatever. I don't know. All right, JB, who you got losing? Who you got losing this week, man?
Oh, let's see here. I was gonna pick. Who's Dallas got?
Cincinnati.
Yeah. I think they're gonna meet. They're gonna meet. They make it this week.
It's about to simmer down a little bit.
Yeah, yes, they go ahead and bring that noise down a little bit down.
But they're gonna be okay. It's just a little thud, a little soft landing. I got the Dallas Cowboys taking the L. It won't be so much Dallas itself. It'll be just the rookies. They'll make them feel like
it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, as far as, losers go, I can't, it's hard for me to be pointing out losers and stuff after, my team got beat down as bad as they did. Listen, though, I am worried that, I'm worried about my boy Marvin Lewis. I'm worried about him, and who we just said they're playing against who?
Dallas.
Yeah, see, and this is a big high profile game. Listen, if they're gonna make a move, which for whatever reason I feel so comfortable saying that they won't make a move on him, especially in the middle of the season. I just can't see them really doing that. But but the conversation keep on mounting. Now, Dallas doing what they doing, okay, and you can't deny they've been doing, as much as I can't stand Dallas, they doing what they doing. They winning some games or whatever the case may be. If Cincinnati go, get Dak Prescott it, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I can't really. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. Look, you better do it, Cincinnati, because Marvin Lewis' job on the line. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see. You know what? Let him go ahead and fire Marvin Lewis. We can bring him in as defensive coordinator in Carolina. We need a new defensive coordinator anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, you do. If you let guys,
right. Yeah. 500 yards. Like, come on now. We got to do it. It's the Buccaneers, bro. You good? Okay. He said, "Get with the sports. I got you." He said, "Gonna follow you on Twitter." You know what I'm saying? So listen, I got to lose a being the Cincinnati Bengals because, I feel like they're a better team than Dallas, but Dallas has been getting lucky, man. They rocking the horseshoe this year, I think. You know what I mean? So Cincinnati, and let them go ahead and try to pull the trigger on Marvin Lewis. I'm just saying, let them do it. We got a home for him here in Carolina. He'll like it here better than Cincinnati anyway. All right, so do we get everybody's loser? JB, you got yours?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the lock is easy. So look, I know we had a lot of crying Panther fans this week. You know what I mean? Look, man, don't cry, dry your eye. The world ain't falling apart, Carolina, okay? Listen, we got a thorough sound trouncing, but it ain't over. It's only week 4, man. We only a quarter of the way through the season. Y'all need to get it together. Listen, my lock is this, is that Carolina Panthers fans, man, y'all can quit being sour on Twitter, okay? I guarantee we'll see more happy Carolina Panthers. My timeline was so sour and salty yesterday. It was sad. It was depressing. I don't want to see that no more. Okay? I don't want to see that no more. Even in the loss, I don't want to see the sad, salty timeline. I can't deal with that, man. Because I like being on Twitter.
Blast, are we still on TeamBoydTV Live, or this is the Black and Blue podcast?
Oh, so when y'all, so when y'all want to,
it's not like y'all undefeated.
What's the saying? You are what your records say you are, man. It ain't no fluke. It's real.
So in the beginning of the show, when y'all wanted to just drag the Panthers, we can talk about them for 30 minutes. But at the end of the show, when I want to talk to my Panther fam, y'all want to shut me down. Is that what this is? Is this what's going on?
Is that kept it real?
Oh, because you wanted to speak negatively about Carolina, so it's okay to talk negatively. We can't speak positively about Carolina, though. Oh, okay. I see what the rules are now. I understand. I will follow the rules from now on. Now, when we want to speak negatively about Carolina, we can spend half the show doing it. But when I'm just saying, I get the rules. I get it. Okay, but listen, I wanted to take a time to speak to my Panther fan because they were hurting, man. You know what I mean?
Boy, it's called Black and Blue Podcast. You can talk to them all day then.
JB, what's your lock, man?
I got a two-way. Lock. All right, I say the Panther fan base will still have the same box of tissues come next Monday. Tuesday morning.
Wow. That you know what, that JB, that hurt a lot, man. That hurt a lot.
All right.
That hurt a lot, bro. You know what I mean? That was right.
Hold on, let me get my locks, man.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, second part of my lock is welcome back, Brady. It's gonna be bad for them Cleveland Browns.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough one for them. Now I'm kind of glad I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. Not in this situation right here. Brady, y'all trying to pin this stuff on me, got me sitting out 4 weeks and whatnot. And then they're gonna feed him the Cleveland Browns on his return. Oh my God, come on, man, that's ridiculous. All right, Glass, what you got, man?
I want a 2-part 2. Number one, New York Jets. They going to Heinz Field to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. They about to become, what are they now? 1-4.
Who that?
That's a bad look. That's a bad look in the AFC East.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My second part, I got a new friend now. His name is Joe. My lock is that Von Miller and that front seven gonna lay hands on Matt Ryan 3 times, 3 sacks. And my secondary gonna pick him off at least twice. And Julio Jones only gonna have 100 yards.
Wow. Well, that's impressive. Look here, Raph. Okay, now it's okay. It's all right. I'm used to these dudes taking shots at me. Okay, I can deal with these two. But Raph, you look. This ain't even. The Bears will have a better record than the Panthers next week. Come on, Raph. Come on, Raph. Come on,
who the Bears got? Let me look at this. Indianapolis.
Come on, Raph.
Hey, y'all very well could start another impressive streak this year.
You know what? Let's wrap this one up. Hey, okay, Glass, go ahead and put yourself over for the fans, man. I'm be glad when this week is over, boy. I need to Carolina win bad. You know what I'm saying? I do.
I'm just saying, 300 yards, 500 yards.
Okay, I watched the game
with the defense that's supposed to be like number 1, number 2 in the league.
Listen, like Joe said, let's not dwell on last year. We're talking about this year, okay?
Check it out, though.
We're talking about this year, okay? We're talking about this year.
That is historical. That hadn't happened to like the 0-16 Lions. They ain't give up no 300 yards to no receiver or no 500 yards to no quarterback.
Wow.
Only six players got 300 receptions.
Look, man, that ain't happened to not one.
So we're talking about the Panthers again, right?
But hold on, I want to say this.
Should I change the logo to the Black and Blue Podcast like right now? Should I do that right now? I'm just saying.
There's no team that won or lost a Super Bowl the previous season came back and had that kind of thing happen to them.
I was just about to say that.
Well, Glass, I thought you was putting yourself over for the show, man. You know, I think we're a little bit out of time. I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. Anyway,
it's the modern day NFL, man. So many different ways to guard and protect and bracket coverage.
Listen, dude. Look, that game will go down in the history books. I can't hide from that. Okay. Only thing I can do is I can move forward. Okay. Y'all need to do that. Y'all need to learn how to move forward. All right.
All right. You know what? That's history. How can you move on? I mean, it happened to you.
Move forward. All right.
Give Atlanta their credit.
Did I not do that at the top of the show?
Okay.
All right. You know, and listen, they saw me on Twitter. They hollered at me. Okay. I gave them their props. Okay. Look, everybody saw the game, dude. I can't deny that stuff. You know, my beef was more with. Look, my beef was really more with my squad than it was with Atlanta. Atlanta, like I said, Atlanta did what they were supposed to do. I ain't got no beef with them.
You just basically gave Julio Jones that gold jacket. He done. He can quit now.
You know what? You absolutely correct. You know what? That's the truest statement you done said all night. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there's no guy that ever with 300 yards in the game. That was the
no. He was the sixth one to do it.
Yeah, gold jacket. He gonna walk.
Right. You know. Anyway, cut it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Glass.
All right, man. Once again, thanks to all the Twitter hustlers out there, everybody on Facebook Live, YouTube, checking out this show. Keep on checking us out, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. Of course, if you don't find me here on TeamBoydTV Live, 3 and Out, Wednesday mornings, find me on Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. You can check us out on Spreaker, Get With It Sports Media. All our shows are there. Joe, Twitter handle, at Get With It Sports. Make sure you follow. Follow us on Facebook at Get With It Sports. Check out the blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. If you got any comments, questions, want to shoot the ish, Joe, email getwithitsports2, that's number 2 at gmail.com.
Wow, that's crazy right there. Oh, that's gonna be some interesting Sunday. It really is. Now you know what, JB, look, get off it, man, and just go ahead and put yourself over. Quit playing.
What? First of all, I just want to say, rise up, man. It's all good.
Really? Wow. Okay. All right.
I didn't know I was gonna get this type of satisfaction this early in the season, but it has happened. Anyway, thanks for everybody who watched the show. You know, it's all friendly banter. Props to you, Q, for hanging in there and taking this.
It's a rough one, man. It's a rough one.
You're a trooper for that one, man. But you can always find me on this show on Monday nights or on Twitter at Raven Show.
Listen, I know y'all guys had y'all fun tonight, and it's great. You know, and I said it on Twitter yesterday. I said, you know what? I'm not looking forward to the show tonight because I know these two idiots are gonna beat me down. I already know it, right? But you know what? It is what it is. Like, listen, I'm gonna say this for myself, to you guys, and to my Panther fan. This is what I'm gonna say. Listen, man, it's all fun and it's all good when you're winning. When you're going 15-1 and all that kind of stuff is great. You're dancing, you're dabbing, you're taking selfies and all that. It's great. Panther fan, what y'all need to understand is this: you can't win them all. Okay, that season is over. We're done with that. We need to work on fixing our team right now and getting beat down like we got beat down. Listen, we can't continue to do that. Panther fan, I want y'all to keep on pounding, keep your head up. No more salty tweets and talking about firing the coaches and stuff. This is the time where we need to come together. Y'all tripping right now. Anyway, you guys can find me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. I tweet live every Sunday about everybody's team, including my own, and things like that. I do want to thank you guys for joining us on the show tonight on Facebook and on the YouTube. We definitely appreciate it. For myself and my homies, Glass and JB, this TeamBoydTV Live, y'all guys have been great. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.